Teen women are accused of Trump of the same shit. Life's a bitch, cause if she ain't a little pussy, our own president might grab her by the pussy. He ain't get them neo-Nazis or Roy Moore's horny ways.
Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Lady, let y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. When you see the flag on, you know, Bishop for President, make sure you check out the crowdpack.com/C/Bishop for President tab, where you can actually check out my campaign, and then definitely place a donation. It's not about the amount of money, it is about the support and getting us, we the people, onto that debate stage. Me, the first candidate for presidency under the Graduation Party, which is a committee in the Federal Election Commission, as well as my name, Brandon Bishop Lady, should be submitted also to the FEC. Also, if you are a level 1 mathematics student, check out the graduationparty.org, where you can get it instantaneously there, pretty much get some help, or you can actually set a tutoring session up for it later, or you can just submit a problem, wait for an answer, and you can start an account for free. We also got free tutorials organized on there. Now, moving on to the news, though, a real situation just happened. You know, I'm street supporter of New World Order. I gotta let y'all know how this New World Order shit is shaping out. The United Nations Security Council actually voted on having military powers intervene in Haiti. Now, if y'all know anything about Haiti, and as it's been for the last few years, or shit, maybe even your whole life like mine or whatever, it's been in a state of constant political and economic chaos. You gotta understand, you gotta bring it back. If you really want to know why that is, you have to bring it back to when they revolted against Europeans to actually, after the 12-and-a-half-year war, defeating Europeans and claiming their status, in being a free and sovereign nation, not run by slave masters. You know, they're basically the first slaves to successfully revolt. So that's what it comes down to. Somebody saying that, racism isn't allowed, like, that's an example, you know what I mean? But moving on to the as it relates to this Security Council decision to essentially intervene, they're calling it an intervention. Others may call this a United States invasion, because United States and Ecuador, they actually teamed up to create the resolution, with Ecuador being not too far from there. Only Colombia really separates it. Then it's another body of water. And then you got, Haiti and right next to the Dominican Republic, of course. And then you know where the United States is, north of Haiti and DR, Hispaniola, that whole island. But this peninsula known as Haiti, though, has been dealing with things like, basically repressive governance on an international scale ever since the slave revolts. You're talking about them starting off with having to pay back France for essentially reparations for the slave revolt, for them not having slaves, and they did that for about over 100 years, well into the 1900s. And then there was another intervention, an invasion rather, into Haiti by then President Woodrow Wilson, that also led to devastating them and removing people from power. Then you have another soft invasion that actually took place in it's said on an international scale, but definitely spearheaded by then President George Bush, and of course, Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell got up in there and pretty much had removed then President Jean Bertrand Aristide from office. Now, mind you, this was the democratically elected president of the country, somebody who was also pushing for reparations for that money that they had paid out to France. They said like it was unlawful, and of course the fuck it was. Nevertheless, and then not shortly after he was removed from his position, the United States literally abducted this man. The United States and France forces abducted this man, brought him to Central African Republic, which is in the middle of Africa, on the continent of Africa, and that's how he was removed from office, and they put somebody else in there. So right now, you have to keep all of these things in mind. Think about 2017, we go to 2010 when they had a devastating earthquake, which was over a 7.0 on a Richter scale. Devastating earthquake that you could argue and say they are still recovering from back in 2010. So you got stuff like that going on. You had with Jean Bertrand Aristide getting removed from presidency, you had the United States always having an influence on who's actually running Haiti, even up to Jovenel Moise. or I might be saying his name wrong, but I know his last name is spelled M-O-I, and that's I with the 2 dots over the I, not the 1 dot, S-E. So however you pronounce that, I might be mispronouncing it, you know what I mean? So I apologize on my Haitian stuff I say, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. But as far as the news goes, you know, the president who was backed by the United States, who was also like, you know, being accused of like great corruption by the Haitian civilians and also like a lot of the activists inside and outside of the country, whatever, were accusing the then U.S.-backed president, Jovenel Moise, of hoarding money that was supposed to go towards the people, whatever, while the people were going through economic crises. And he was then assassinated in 2021. We don't know who did it. It was apparently U.S. citizens involved, for which were like, you know, arrested and indicted earlier this year. You had Haitians involved, a Haitian Chilean citizen involved. You had a lot of Colombians involved. Those were actually the first people that were, first group of people that were accused of carrying out this assassination. So much so that the president of Colombia at the time had to actually apologize for the assassination of the Haitian president. But the U.S. citizens that were involved were in Florida. They thought they were going to get contracts from the situation, whatever. So I'm just giving y'all, I know it's been a minute, I've been talking for a minute, whatever, but that in background is important to why what is going on today is going on today with all of the political turmoil. First off, you had, again, assassination of a president 2 years ago, and nobody knows who did it. You know what I'm saying? It could have had, the people hated him so much, it could have happened by Haitians. So you have that going on, and then President Biden immediately after the assassination, I've reported on this shit, basically coming in and saying like, hey, you know, we got all this COVID going on, let's give y'all some COVID vaccine. You know what I'm saying? And there were amongst other things that were happening that showed that the United States was trying to sink their teeth more so into Haiti. So much so that the then U.S. Special Envoy to Haiti at the time, Daniel Foote, actually resigned from his position, lamenting against, like basically shitting on the policies that the Biden administration had for Haiti, you know, post-assassination, you know, during all of that turmoil. That's still going on today. And he was basically saying what the Haitian people really need is genuine help and support from the international community, not international puppeteering, which was the term he used, international puppeteering, he said in his resignation letter. So, you know, shit is real like that. Now fast forward to where we are today, you have a lot of the criminal gangs have actually been taking over the country. They've actually been expanding their power, holding on to the oil and petroleum and sinking their teeth into the funds or whatever. And it's like the Haitian people, civilians, are in fear, great fear. You know what I mean? You have a lot of women and children that are like at the most fear of it. Give you an example of the type of violence going on. You have in a portion of Haiti called Canaan, you actually had gang members basically come with military machine guns, and they just, you know, murked like 7-8 people earlier this year, whatever, all in one community, basically to you know, and was basically and they did so even though they're supposed to be the people that are governing the people. They just came and assassinated all of them, whatever. And this is a group of people that actually pulled away from Western influence and civilization, whatever. It's other things that are going on in Haiti as well, as far as the people also viewing the intervention of foreign powers as a threat as well, and that's what's causing a lot of confusion as far as what's the best solution for what's going on in Haiti. You have Kenya, for example, you know, vowing to pledge like 1,000 members to you know, this, you know, now UN Security Council resolution to intervene or invade Haiti. Basically, you have also like the Bahamas and Jamaica. You have Barbuda, Antigua. These are all entities that are offering to offer some troops to actually help with this intervention. But you know, you got to think about those interventions I mentioned in the beginning of this video. People are in fear of that. And then you have human rights leaders that are looking at a country like Kenya. And mind you, all the countries I've mentioned, they are heavily influenced by this country that I live in, or whatever, and that I'm running for president of. They actually are looking at the human rights abuses of these countries and their own security forces on the citizens of their own country. So you have Kenya, which has been cited as using unlawful force against its own citizens. You know, so all things to keep in mind. But right now, it looks like the invasion of Haiti has been solidified. You know what I mean? What are we going to do about it? I know Bishop for president, and we doing something else. We want graduation.
15 people flying around in jetpacks, flying cars, self-driving cars, hoverboards. It's 3D printers and watches with their own motherboards.